Why did the narcissist decide to choose you as a target? Not just a target, but in actuality, the narcissist has decided to demonize you. Many of you guys are demonized by narcissistic individuals due to the fact that you will not unsee the truth. Many of narcissistic individuals have been living this facade, this false life, wearing this false mask, as they say, this mirage that they have painted themselves to be loving and kind people who are decent individuals out in society, people who are loving and caring people, and you apparently are someone that can see through the narcissist. Okay, many a times, when it's pertaining to narcissists attacking specific individuals, many of individuals haven't even spoken about what they've been aware of operating within a narcissistic individual, that this person is in fact false. So with that being said, what tends to happen is, because of the fact that you are someone that does have discernment, what typically happens is they can indicate the fact that you do in fact have it. So being that they can identify those things, they get really anxious, being the fact that you are someone that can see. Unlike others, there are some people who, may have, questions as to certain things that the narcissist does, but they're not really, as, in tune as you are. You may be someone who can completely see that this person here is a narcissist, okay? Not the fact that they're just narcissistic in general, but you can identify those things, and there's no way possible that they can smooth it over. They can't love bomb you enough. They can't, all of a sudden, your glasses are off. You can see through the rose-colored glasses. They can't just pick those glasses back up or buy a new pair or create a new pair in their little narcissistic laboratory. They can't just, shove these glasses onto your face and look, now I need you to see me the way that everyone else sees me. You're not buying the lie, okay? So regardless of the fact that you can identify these things, again, you're not someone who's going to go around and you're not basically slandering a narcissist. You're not into that whole thing. You can see something, you can identify it, and then ultimately you can move on from it because you're not that kind of person, okay? But what tends to happen with narcissistic individuals is this, okay? Many times people like to say that narcissists are very impulsive, and these are specific moments in time when the narcissist is impulsive. A narcissist, when they figure out that you have the ability to identify certain aspects of them, this is when they become impulsive, okay? Now, the reason why they're being impulsive in this specific time, and other times they're very strategic when it comes to certain things, because their expectations wasn't for you to identify the fact that they are, in fact, a narcissist. Now, in many cases, the narcissist may say, I feel that this person is on to me. They won't use the word specifically narcissist because of the fact that many of narcissists don't use that word. They don't, in fact, even think that they in fact are narcissists. But what they think is that they think that they are clever, not just clever, but they're smarter than everyone else who is in the room. Not just smarter than everyone else who is in the room, but they also think that they have some form or cheat code to life, a book. They're more knowledgeable about specific things, and you are just someone that just happened to get caught up in their game. Okay? So the narcissist takes absolutely no accountability for anything that they're doing. They just feel like you should have been smart enough. But what happens when you actually are smart enough? When you can actually see that this person is, in fact, a narcissist? This is when the narcissist is going to do everything possible to make anyone in their environment, in their family dynamic, in their friend group, in the church, or what have you, they're going to do everything possible to discredit you. And many of these things that they do to discredit you is going to, assassinate your character. Why? Because they can't have people thinking that you're a reliable source of information, right? So much of character assassination, this is what people, they don't understand in many cases how the narcissist does things, because there are various ways that they do things that they do. If the narcissist sees you as a good source of, supply or what have you. This is a term that is commonly used in the narcissistic community. But if they see that you are a good source, you're a valuable source for the narcissist to use, what they're going to do initially is they're going to speak positive about you. Some people think that the narcissist automatically goes into an attack. There are some times where the narcissist doesn't do that. They'll speak positive about you because of the fact that they want people to think that they aren't really jealous of you. They want people to think that they actually do like you. They want people to think that, that you are really a person that can identify good people. Okay, this is a major thing. Okay, so when you are a person who has integrity, now you are a benefit to a narcissist, because when everybody sees that you are a person who's honest, you are a person who values principles and different things of that sort, the narcissist wants to use you to uplift them. Okay, and if you are someone that isn't going to uplift the narcissist, meaning that you're not going to fall for the love bombing, you're not going to allow the narcissist to employ their tactics in order to get you to see them in a favorable way. You want to honestly get to know everyone that you encounter. So you can't be bought. You are someone that they can't pay off. You're someone that they can't sleep with you in order to get you under a form of submission. You're someone that, they can't do anything to get you to submit to their ways of thinking. Okay? Now you are officially a problem, which makes you a target. Okay? So what the narcissist, of course, wants to do is they want to discredit you, because the narcissist is behaving in impulsive ways. The narcissist had no idea that you could see through them. The narcissist had no idea that you were discerning. But there was something that dropped that pointed out to the narcissist, wait a minute, this person isn't an idiot. This person is on to me. This person is a bit too knowledgeable. This person has an ability to see through me. No, I can't have that. And this is when they become very impulsive. When you don't fall for the tactics of the narcissist and you're not giving them exactly what they desire to have from you, because ultimately there's a goal as to what the narcissist needs you for. In some cases, the narcissist wants to have you around for you to be one of their flying monkeys. Maybe they think that you're too wise to be a flying monkey. Perhaps you can be an enabler because of the fact that you have empathy. Maybe you're not as, ignorant as the flying monkeys and not willing to, kind of go on with the tactics of doing illegal things and, different things of that sort for the narcissist. But you are a person who has integrity, so they'll make you an enabler. Or maybe you are someone that the narcissist wants to emulate. Maybe there's something that the narcissist saw about you that they feel that would be better suited for them, so they want to take that specific thing from you. And what better way to take something from an individual but to get close enough to that individual and to take it right from underneath their nose, right? So what the narcissist is hoping is that you don't know who you are. They're hoping that you don't have discernment. This is the reason why narcissists only thrive in a house where the lights are not on. They don't want to thrive in a house. They can't thrive in a house where everything is functioning. Okay? Meaning that you are able to see through the cracks. You are able to identify certain things. You can see the fact that there's a rat or a mice over there in the corner, because of course rats they would label as something that's quite disgusting. I think that mice are all one and the same to me. No difference. Just one may be in the hood and the other may be in a mansion. So with that being said, when you are an individual who can identify those things, you are going to be someone that is ultimately going to be discredited. You are going to be labeled as crazy, a drug addict. You are a person that doesn't make sensible decisions about life. They're going to use everything possible against you to make individuals think that you are not a reliable source. Right? Because the narcissist ultimately couldn't have their way with you. And this is a thing about narcissistic people. Narcissists are adult children. They're very immature. Regardless of on the surface how they like to deem themselves as the most wisest person in the room, with no actual evidence of them actually being wise. But they consider being manipulative as wisdom. To the foolish mind, of course. But anybody knows that just because you have been successful at doing something for multiple years doesn't mean that there is never going to be a day that you just may run into someone that you think, in fact, is unaware or not knowledgeable because you judged a book by its cover, and you assumed that a person didn't know specific things, or a person wasn't informed, or a person wasn't intuitive, or in fact a person lacked discernment because of their circumstances, maybe their race, maybe their gender, or what have you. Maybe it's just because of the fact that you've been on such a winning streak with your toxicity, your behavior, and the ploys and things that you plot, plan, and scheme. And, you have been so strategic, and you feel that you're a mastermind, and that you're never going to get caught until you actually meet someone who sees you. So when the narcissist gets that awakening moment, that defining moment, that, wait a minute, this person sees me. This is when all out chaos, where the narcissist is no longer thinking rational about anything. There's no time for the narcissist to be strategic. They have to hammer in and hammer down on you. This is the reason why some of you guys are absolutely shocked about the things that many of these narcissistic individuals have stated about you. Some of these things that they've stated about us is absolutely insane. But they ultimately have to do everything possible to get people not to listen to you. Now, the only thing is a narcissist thought that you were like them. They thought that you would be the one to go around and to tell people that they're a fraud, only to realize that you're not like the narcissist. Of course, you identified the fact that this person was manipulative, but you are someone who has an ability to mind your business. I know I'm for sure that kind of person. If you're not harming me and you can stay over there in your lane and, allow my little light to shine over there in the corner where I am, and, not trying to pull me out of the secret place, everything's all fine and peachy. I could practically see a lot of things that are happening that are inappropriate around me, but I'll never say anything. But what happens is when you decide to come over into the corner where I am, just minding my little business, having a chipper day, and you decide to make me a target, this is when we have a problem. Because now you've opened up Pandora's box. Now you've opened up other aspects about me that I've been tucking these aspects away. I've given it over to Christ. I've allowed God to do what it is that God needs to do. And now you have done things that is going to cause your entire facade to evaporate. Poof. Just like that. And this is what narcissistic people do. They put themselves in tight situations because they're guilty. They feel a sense of guilt, or they feel shame because of the fact that nobody's buying into the lie. They can't just move along and allow people to shine. They don't want you to just shine. They don't want you to be yourself. They don't want you to be, happy. They don't want you to just thrive in your own little space. They have to come over into your space, and they have to do things to make you uncomfortable. They have to be the one that is more superior, the most attractive person in the room. They have to be the most, the one that everybody looks up to. So when somebody who's actually, attractive in ways more than just their physicality, but you're attractive in other ways as well, because there's nothing else that the narcissist can offer, because they don't have empathy. So guess what? What can they offer another individual but lies, right? But because you have more to offer, the narcissist wants to attack you. So, if you guys were wondering why a narcissistic individual has decided to come over into your little corners, okay, because this is where many of you guys are, empaths, introverts, Even some of you guys who are extroverts as well, because a narcissist will attack. It doesn't matter to a narcissist. If you are someone that is seen in a positive light and people enjoy being around you, remember, they're attention seekers of the entire town. They have to be number one. When they can identify the fact that you are going to be someone that they consider as competition, regardless of the fact they signed you up for this invisible war. Yeah, they've chosen to make you a target. So, I will be back later at another time to upload further informative information to you guys in reference to narcissism. And, we'll talk about a few other things as well here on this platform. And yeah, bye-bye.